Welcome back to another episode of Marketing Champions. I'm your host, Jerica Manzi with Daily Ad Brief, and I'm excited to bring onto the show Joe Cox with the Pop Marketer. Welcome to the show, Joe.
Jerica, thank you so much for having me. It's great to be on.
It is a pleasure. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started. So what is the biggest change in marketing that you see coming within the next 2 years?
Gosh, I see some pretty big changes coming in the next couple of years. Like always, I think it's something that we've kind of gotten used to. It's constantly shifting, right? But specifically, just this convergence of things into what people are calling the metaverse, this kind of convergence of NFTs, of video games and gaming, and of AR and VR is pretty fascinating, and you can kind of see it taking shape now, and I'm really excited to see where it goes in a couple of years.
Perfect. Me too, actually. And so what is your favorite advertising campaign that you created for a client or participated in?
It's tough to narrow it down, but when you ask, what's the favorite I've worked on that really coincides with the business of Pop Marketer, it goes a few years back in work that I did with Hershey, actually launching a Take 5 bar, or should I say a relaunch of Take 5 bar. And first off, it was a blast to work with a brand like Hershey on a product kind of reviving a favorite product of old. But specifically in the idea of Pop Marketer, we utilized a ton of things that were in what you would call traditional digital media, as well as events, celebrity endorsements, and all kinds of things that are outside of the normal purview of a marketing campaign.
Perfect. And how does your marketing strategy change from working with a local client to a national client?
And it's got to change a lot. But the truth is, big and small is not as big a change as what you're trying to accomplish or what a client is trying to get done. I think that when it comes to popular culture and marketing, I think that anyone, big and small, can utilize what popular culture does to capture an audience's attention. It's not just for the Nikes and the Coca-Colas and those that can afford to, have a Star Wars license or whatever you need inside popular culture. I think local companies can do that too, especially with local celebrity and local fame. But really, it comes down to, no matter big or small, what are you trying to accomplish, and how well is your brand known?
Well said. And what makes your company unique?
My company unique? Hey, I mean, the neon sign, that's a big one. But really, it's not as much media planning and buying on my side. So the uniqueness is sometimes, I help brands with partnerships with popular culture. I help them get into relationships with sneaker culture, or step into gaming. But a lot of times, I'm just mediating between a creative team and a media team. Sometimes I feel like a counselor. So getting the best ideas out of each and really helping a creative team think more like media and a media team think more creatively, I think that's what I bring that others don't.
Perfect. And what was the biggest obstacle you had to overcome in your business?
It's still going through it. So there's it's not an obstacle that's completely overcome, but it's always, no matter if you're in an agency or you're working for a media team within within a brand itself, or you're doing what I'm doing with, which is really consulting and working with a really small team. It's really trying to scale and grow your business without losing your soul, right? with it still holding on to the things that you really wanted to be there for, and helping clients really reach the next level, and still being able to grow and do that in a way that that keeps you who you are.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Joe. It was an absolute pleasure. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Marketing Champions. I'm your host, Jerica Manzi, and a pleasure to Joe with the Pop Marketer. If you'd like to learn more about Joe, please head to dailyadbrief.com, and we'll see you next time.